I think that, especially for these conditions I'm throwing in today, or if you're a rolly wrist wobble type thrower backhand, that the Spore actually might be the disc in this category that complements you the most. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another disc review. Today we have the Cloudstone prototype Spore and the glitch. I picked the glow glitch or eclipse glitch because this one's 163, this is 157, so it was much closer weight, and it's a little bit of a windy day today. It's been raining here, so the course is a little wet, so I tried to just pick the two discs that were the closest to each other. And here you're gonna see that they're pretty similar. I mean, minus the Spore having a lot more active bead, it's a very similar disc. They're both obviously pretty flat here on the rim. Maybe the Spore is even a little flatter, as tough as that is to believe. And then obviously you can see here it kind of breaks off into the bead here, which is much more of a curve, and there's a much more pronounced bead. The glitch feels like it has a big bead because the overmold stops right on the bead, so it feels like it accentuates it a bit. But I would definitely say that the Spore has a bigger bead. Overall, I've seen some good stuff about this, and obviously you guys know that I am and was a huge fan of the glitch. I also think that in disc golf, everyone wants to make the Destroyer, everyone wants to make the Buzz, everyone wants to make, the Rock, whatever, T-Bird, whatever disc it is. And obviously Innova was the first company to kind of make all those discs, so when you start talking about discs, you talk about copying their molds. I would say that MVP made a unique disc, a disc we've never seen before. The Polecat was similar, but the Polecat was not as resistant as this, and you couldn't throw it as far and as hard and do the stuff with the Polecat. Was kind of more just a point and shoot disc, and that was it. This you can hyzer, straight, turnover. So I'm really curious to see how the Cloudstone Spore competes with this when it comes to the versatility of the glitch. I've kind of switched from the glitch over to the Watt personally. So just going to throw these around today. I don't know, 5 or 6 holes. This course is like soaking wet, so be able to get as many holes in as I can and show you guys the flights and the differences. So let's jump right into it. We're going to go glitch first. Well, if that wasn't a bad throw, then I'm not really sure what is. That honestly fought out of it pretty nicely. So, 2 bad throws, first throws of the day though. Let's jump over to the next hole and see some good ones. Yeah, one quick thing I do want to make known to you guys, because I see this in my videos or my comments on these disc reviews a lot where I'm comparing 2 discs. People seem to kind of think I favor one over the other. And even when it's my own personal brand, Finish Line Disc, I still do my very, very best to not favor one over the other. I try my best on both throws, and sometimes you don't throw them good. There's nothing I can do. No one watching this video throws it perfect every time. I don't throw it perfect every time. Macbeth doesn't throw it perfect every time. So I just want you guys to know that I'm never coming out here creating content for you guys and like messing with the results. For example, there's a video out there on YouTube on my channel where I'm comparing the MVP Hex to the Finish Line Disc Supra. I obviously own Finish Line, and the Hex I threw the Hex better. I wouldn't say it outperformed it. I threw the Hex better more times than I didn't, and I posted the video because that's really what happened. I talked highly about the Hex. I talked highly about the MVP disc. I talked highly about Discraft. I own a manufacturing company, but when I make these videos, I do my very best just to be honest and be upfront with you guys, because you're the consumer and you're hopefully buying some of these discs. Hopefully you're buying mine. Hopefully you're also buying Discraft and Innova and everything else. And if you're buying them, make sure to go to infinitedisc.com to buy your discs. But overall, I'm not doing that. I don't get paid for these reviews. No one is giving me a spiff if I sell more discs. So I'm doing this honestly and genuinely. So please keep that in mind when you're watching these videos, that I'm never trying to skew the results at all. We're gonna go Spore first here. Hopefully these two throws are much better than my first two. The Spore, actually, even though I turned it over out of my hand, ended up only being 30 feet away, so I had a pretty good amount of fight to it. So we're kind of throwing in a left to right crosswind here, so I'm gonna try to get these up there and let them fade, drop to the left, hopefully fight the wind a little bit. So, not gonna get any better than that, if we're being honest. Just off the bat right here, I notice and I feel that the Spore is more overstable. And I know it's only been 2 throws, but I'm pretty good at looking at a disc and knowing what it does. And I'm pretty good at throwing a disc once or twice and understanding the flight characteristics. And that first shot I threw where I kind of yanked it over and it wobbled and went right, but once it kind of caught its axis and started flying straight, hooked up, was really good. For this type of disc, again, if you're throwing a Kratos or a finish line disc pace, you expect that hookup out of it. But when you're throwing a 1-2 speed catch type disc, you don't really expect it to come out of it. So let's throw the glitch here and see what happens. Well, those discs are literally touching each other, so I don't know, might be the Indian, might be the arrow, we may never know. As you can see, I mean, it'd be hard to say one disc is different or better than the other with these 2 throws. But I do kind of like the way the Spore feels for putting. I don't know what it is. I putted with it obviously a little bit warming up before I started this video. And I just feel like something about it makes my hand like it for putting a little bit better. If you guys went and watched the video where Simon and I played 18 holes glitch only, he's the glitch king, by the way, but I had a really tough time putting with the glitch, a tougher time than I even thought I would have. And this putter, maybe it's because the shoulder here is just a little bit higher, fills up my hand a little better, or I'm not really sure, no excuse. I used to not be that great of a putter with a normal putter. Now I'm pretty good. But overall, if you're gonna play a 1 disc challenge, and you're like me, the Spore might actually fit into your bag better. All right, so we're into a pretty nice headwind here. So I wouldn't expect much from either of these discs, to be honest with you. Like, in reality, in a tournament, in a casual round, I'm not gonna throw either of these into this wind just simply because I don't think that it would be the correct shot. But obviously, for the sake of this cinema, I'm gonna throw them both. So I'm gonna just try to kind of throw the Spore out there flat, kind of right out this right gap here. Basket's right behind this light pole here, so gonna just try to float one up there. Nice, smooth throw. It's coming back. So, just off the bat, without even having to throw this into the same wind, I can promise you and tell you that the glitch does not have that fight out of it. So if you're someone that throws the glitch, because I said this about the Eclipse glitch versus the normal glitch. I said that if you have a tough time rolling over the neutron, I believe. Sorry, I don't know. The first glitch, the non-see-through, non-glow one. Whatever that might be, I always forget, so I'm sorry, you guys. But from that glitch to this was a stability difference. So if you're kind of a roll your wrist type player, this was better than, again, I believe it's called the neutron. If you roll this over, the Spore is a good disc for you because I threw that flat into a headwind and it turned and came back. As it was landing, it was coming back left. So what that tells me is it's going to be much more stable than another disc in this category, and especially more stable than a polecat. I know that the glitch kind of came out and ruined the polecat's vibe a little bit because they're starting to have the Polecat World Championship, and of course there's an airplane. But hey guys, but either way, let's throw this. The audio doesn't matter if I'm just throwing. So right there, just going. So I threw that, obviously you saw hyzer flip, and I got to flat and it had no chance of ever coming back out of it to the left. So again, I am and was a huge glitch fan. This is unbiased. Discmania is not paying me. MVP certainly isn't paying me. And I think that, especially for these conditions I'm throwing in today, or if you're a rolly wrist wobble type thrower backhand, that the Spore actually might be the disc in this category that complements you the most. 321 feet. Tailwind now. So this might be a little stable in this wind, but that was what I expected. I mean, honestly, in this wind, unless I really turn it over, it's already stable. The wind's just going to push it and make it more stable. So, not my best throw, but not what I expected that. So let's see if we can get the glitch kind of on the same line there. So, as you can see there, again, that glitch got up and turned. So the Spore just kind of went up and didn't want to turn. So, hopefully overall, if you guys are a fan of one or the other so far, you purchase it and you enjoy it. All right, y'all. Rain's starting to come down a little bit here. The weather forecast in Arizona lately has been super, super bad for Arizona. I mean, it's still a nice day out here. It's going to start raining. Well, it is raining. Overall, the Spore, the glitch. If you have just the neutron glitch, I would definitely say try this because it's going to be more stable. It's going to show you the differences. And when you throw it flat or a little turned, this is going to come back. There's not much quit in this disc. And again, there's not much quit in the glitch either. It's much more comparative to the Spore point and shoot. You know, you could probably throw this Spore up on a big anhyzer and throw it pretty hard, and it's going to slowly kind of flex out and pan to where I think that this wouldn't do the same thing. And I shouldn't say I think. I know it wouldn't because I've thrown the glitch probably a couple thousand times. So overall, the Cloudstone, well, I think that's just like the mystery box, whatever. The Spore versus the glitch. I think that no matter what plastic you get the glitch in, this is going to be more stable. And again, if you are a player that wanted to throw the glitch or like the glitch and just couldn't get it to go straight or stop wobbling and turning over, try the Spore. Make sure to infinitus.com to shop. For Sport Squatch bags, use code DREW to save yourself $20. Support Greater Half Apparel, EV7 putters. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.